All right, good morning again. The 25th of May, Wednesday here. So on Wednesdays for Traders Club with the currency core, what I'll be doing is the dollar index, the pound dollar, and also the euro pound. We just had at 10 a.m. here, a couple of 39 minutes ago, we just had the RBNZ increase interest rates by 50 basis points from a 1.5%, raising interest rates to a 2%. So that 50 basis points go through a bit of the rate statements and also the impact that we've seen on that 50 basis points increase from the RBNZ. Again, welcome. If you are watching us on YouTube, just remember that this is uploaded and released later onto YouTube. So make sure you check out your links, check out the comments, check out the charts because price would have moved on already. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out the links to join the Traders Club. As usual, any information shared in this video is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of myself. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. So as I was just telling you, at 10 a.m. here, we just had the RBNZ increase rates, official cash rates or interest rates from a 1.5, expected a 2%. It got released at a 2% level, so a 50 basis point increase. Looking at the rate statement here, we do have the press conference at 11, so we might see some volatility there. But looking at the rate statement here, main thing is monetary conditions tighten by more and sooner, right? So it's back to the RBNZ's, where is it? Policy or approach of doing the, let me find it. Hang on a minute, where is it? I just looked at it just, okay. By having the least regrets framework, so they're trying to avoid too little, too late, right? So they're going to go a bit more aggressive, trying to push rates higher to temper down inflation at this point. But the main thing here, we actually saw with the rate increase pushing the Kiwi dollar here on the H1 time frame as that news got released. The news was released at 10 at 0.6427. Within the hour or within the next couple of minutes, it shot up to a 6.5 and now retraced back down to that support or resistance level of 0.6475. So the analysis we were doing with club members last night was that we'll be looking to buy if it closes above 6.475. So no trade triggered yet towards the upside of 6.540. At this point, I would say be extra careful. I'm not sure whether it'll push that much towards the upside. More likely it will stay within the 6.475 and 6.400 levels. Why so? Is because from the statement here, the committee was maintaining its approach right here. Once aggregate supply and demand are more in balance, the official cash rate can then return to a more neutral level, right? The committee viewed the projected path of the OCR as consistent with achieving their primary inflation and employment objectives without causing necessary instability in output interest rates and the exchange rate. But I think that the more important line here is that OCR can return to a lower and more neutral level. So that actually gives a bit of an indication that, hey, RBNZ might not be looking to keep increasing rates too aggressively. They might be looking at increasing rates now, or they have been increasing rates quite aggressively, 50 basis points over the last 2 meetings. You can see here. So in April, they went up by 50 basis points. And now again, in May, they went up by 50 basis points. So they might be looking at a more aggressive approach now, but with the statement, they might be looking that once inflation gets a bit more in control, they might, or in balance, it might come back down to lowering OCR into a lower, more neutral level. So I think that's why we saw the Kiwi dollar shoot up because of that 50 basis points, but not continue its upside move, or not continue its upside move aggressively because of a little bit of a controlled approach coming from the RBNZ. So that's something interesting to watch there. What's going to happen to the Kiwi dollar on an H1 time frame? Is it going to break above 6475? Can it trigger our trade at 6485? Not sure it'll go all the way up, but you could be looking at about 65 for a quick trade towards the upside. The focus for today is on the pound dollar. So what else can move the pound dollar? Not much until Thursday morning. We do have the FOMC meeting minutes, RBNZ governor or speaking. And then we have the Eurozone on holiday, and then the US GDP number looking like negative numbers here quarter on quarter, looking like we might see further dollar weakness. So speaking about dollar weakness, dollar index on the H4 time frame here, the last time we spoke about it, I was anticipating for it to test this 102 level before pushing higher. What it did was it actually broke below. It went to 101.59 or 101.60. Now looking like it's pushing back towards the upside. I would still hold this view that it will sit at about this 102 level before pushing higher, right? So let's look at what happens here. Actually, I might update this, that on Thursday, we might see, if we do see the GDP number gets released at minus 1.3%, we might see that dollar index weaken again back down towards this point. So I think, and as an update, I don't think we'll see further upside. We might see it come back towards 102 and then weaken back down again. So something to look at on the dollar index H4 time frame. What this means is, looking at the pound dollar, we were looking at this last night with Traders Club members. Pound dollar on the H4 time frame. Yesterday, we were looking for it to push towards the upside from 1.2520 towards the 1.2590 level. Hasn't done that. I think what we're going to see for today again is possibly a retrace back down towards 1.2486, same like what it did yesterday. Come down, and then we look for another buying opportunity. So I would say that still looking for that upside on the pound dollar. Look for it to come down, test that 1.2485 level, bounce up from this point. Buying opportunity 1:2 risk reward ratio at about 30 pip stop loss, 60 or 80 pip, 90 pip take profit level, a 1:2.5 risk reward ratio from a 1.25 level. So it needs to come down, test the support, bounce back up, break above 1.25 before we see a buying opportunity towards the upside for a good 1:2.5 risk reward ratio trade towards the upside. If we do see the pound dollar come down and test and bounce back up, then looking at the euro pound here, we might see this test lower, right? We spoke about this with club members last night on the euro pound and also on the currency call yesterday. I was looking for it to test and reject this 0.8578 level and to test lower. What's actually done, it's on the way right now. So if you haven't already, this trade is still valid. I'm still looking for it to test lower towards that 0.85 level, a 1:1.8 risk reward ratio, 30 pip stop loss, 56 pips or almost 60 pip take profit level towards the downside on the euro pound. Trade is still valid. So with that said, I hope you trade well, trade safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.